Hi, welcome to InThrMa. Today we're going to show you graphing, which is one of our main features, and this graphs the data from your Proliphix thermostat. So we're going to click on the graph icon in the top left, and that's going to load the graphing module here. So you can see the various parts of the screen. You have the graph here in the center. You have the timeline, which we'll get to in a minute. You have another way to access the timeline here with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on day views of the data. And then over here on the right you have the legend, which has all the various items that are going to be shown in the graph, the different temperatures, the different setback, heat and cool settings, the thermostat humidity, if your thermostat supports that, and then also outside data, so temperature and humidity. One thing you'll notice here is some of these are gray and some of these are colored. If you click on them, it actually turns that value on and off in the graph. So you can see here the orange one, that is the setback heat that I'm turning on and off. So you can show as much or as little information. Here I've turned off the outside temperature. I'll turn it back on. Let's take a look at 3 days worth of data. So I click the little 3D button here, or there's 4 days, the 4D button, and that gives you that many days worth of data in the graph. You can grab the this little slider up here and move that 4-day window anywhere you want in the graph. This is just over 4 weeks of data in the graph. Let's go take a look at 1 day's worth now. So it's going to zoom in. And in this view, you'll notice that the gray line here, which is the zone temperature, has some red portions. For example, right here, and those are so the zone temperature can either be gray, blue, or red. And what that indicates, gray is that your HVAC system is not running. Red indicates that the heat is on, and that's the case right here. And blue would indicate that the air conditioning is on. So you can really start to get an idea of what's going on. Let's zoom in a little further just to make sure that that is nice and clear here in the video. So I'm going to just tighten that up a little bit more, and you can start to see, hopefully you can see that in the video, the red versus the gray, which is indicating when the system is on versus off. So that's sort of gives you an idea of our graphing module. So here's a week, and then the other thing too is if you have multiple thermostats, you would select them from this drop-down list here. And one last thing, if you look at the legend in the very right-hand side, there's a value column, and that is the various values, precise values at that point in time, being displayed in the graph, and it's also highlighted by the little dots that you see in the graph that are bouncing up and down as I move the mouse across. So thanks for joining us today, and tune in next time.